All right, so tonight I'm going to talk briefly about the state of Minnesota, specifically the Minnesota State House, and what the House of Representatives is doing and what they are seeking funding for. There is a female representative who is looking for funding for female hygiene products to be placed in all schools, in all restrooms, both male and female. Have a look.
Quickly. Second, not all students who menstruate are female. We need to make sure that all students have access to these products. There are obviously less non-female menstruating students, and therefore their usage will be much lower, and that was actually calculated into the cost of this.
So it gets crazier and crazier every time I put on my computer, look on my phone, I'm searching for videos, I'm looking for things, and you come across this. This lady, Representative Sandra Feist, however you want to pronounce it, she is a member of the DFL party, and that is the Democratic Farmer Labor Party in Minnesota. She wants to, as you heard, get funding to, I can't even believe I'm hearing this, but she wants funding for female hygiene products to be placed in schools, in male and female bathrooms. And as you heard her say, not all students who menstruate are female. I'm sorry? Who does she know that's not a female that menstruates? I don't know any guys that menstruate. Do you? I certainly don't. But you heard her. Not all students who menstruate are female, but there are less non-female menstruating students. So the funding that they'll need is really not a lot, and they calculated all the cost into it, and they haven't come up with a final tally yet. But she certainly is going to push this issue because in her eyes, apparently men menstruate and they need tampons or pads or whatever they need, whatever females use, they have to be put in restrooms where males go, which is absolutely ridiculous. We all know it, and Representative Feist knows it. And it's funny because I was looking at her bio, and it seems that she's married and she has children. Doesn't say anything about non-binary, transgender. No. Apparently she's a female. I haven't heard otherwise, or I haven't read otherwise. So why would she be pushing for female hygiene products to be placed in schools in boys' restrooms? I just have to say that, A, her DFL party, Democratic, of course. I don't know what the farmer is. I've never heard of this party before. But apparently, these are the people who need these menstruating products, the non-females. They're part of this party, so they probably vote for her. They keep her in the legislature in Minnesota. So she's going to do her part to make sure that if a man goes to the restroom and he needs a tampon or a pad, they're going to be available to him in any school he's in. So kids in elementary school, middle school, high school, colleges, and maybe even buildings, state buildings all over the state of Minnesota. I don't know. But she's definitely sure, she looked certain, she was positive that not all students who menstruate are female. Why do these people have to push this LGBTQ every chance they get? They know the truth. They know the facts. They know the science. Okay? They know. You're right. No. Men, non-females, don't menstruate, although she said they do, but they know they don't. But because of the cause that she's involved in, she's going to make sure that there's funding available. Because if I ever go to Minnesota, God forbid, I'm menstruating and I go in the restroom, I'll be okay. There'll be something for me to take care of myself. These are the politicians of America. These are the politicians that people actually vote for. What kind of platform are you running on other than this woke LGBTQ? Why is it in the forefront of every single thing that every Democratic politician does today? 10 years ago, you never heard about this. Never. But all of a sudden, in 2023, and last year, and the year, say the last 5 or 6 years maybe, that's all you hear about. We always heard about Pride, Pride Week, Pride Month, gay, lesbian. We always heard about that. There's nothing wrong with that. And again, I said this before, I could care less that dudes think they're women. It doesn't bother me at all. But why do the taxpayers of Minnesota have to pay to put feminine hygiene products in men's rooms? That's like basically telling the people, listen, we know you work hard, we know you pay your taxes, but you're going to pay a little more because we have non-females that menstruate and we want to make sure they're taken care of. This is the agenda, as always, of the Biden administration. This is what they love to push. This is what they love to embrace. And if that legislation she wants doesn't pass and they don't get funding for it in Minnesota, I'm pretty sure if she pens a little letter to Sleepy Joe and tell him what she needs, he'll make sure that his Democratic cronies in the Senate and the House make sure that Minnesota gets a little extra just to have that machine. And it'll probably be free. You know, you're not going to put a quarter in or a dollar in. But Uncle Joe will make sure that Minnesotans have female hygiene products in every men's room and every school, and again, probably every state building. It's absolutely insane. And this representative is an educated person. Apparently, she's an attorney. She went to the University of Wisconsin. She seems like a smart person. But why? Why are you going to jump on board this? Why are you going to pretend that men get their periods when you know, in fact, they don't? Another part of the woke culture we are living in, where if you don't support this cause and do everything you can to help it, you are the bad person. You're transphobic. You're anti-gay, or whatever else they call. No one cares. And no men need tampons or pads or whatever else women are using when they have their period. Men don't need them. They don't belong in men's rooms. And it's absolutely ridiculous. And that's it. And that's my opinion. Thanks for tuning in. I hope everybody's healthy and safe. And I'll see you soon with something else. Have a great night.